Gooi hem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentle furs. Welcome back to another South-Afrifur Pawdcast. Joining myself, Inpw, Scratch,
Sup?
Ivic,
What's up?
and Hargan.
Hellos.
Also another. You're a moderator, aren't you? Eh?
Yes.
So it's you and Ivic. So I'm in serious trouble today.
No, of course. No, of course.
You're always in serious.
Anyways,
Hammer's coming down today.
yeah. So for those that don't know, Hargan and Ivic are moderators for the South-Afrifur.co.za website. If you are not from that site or haven't been to it recently. Yeah, so today's topic is going to be about whether you wear the furry pride, the badge of pride, or the badge of shame.
Oh, yeah. It kind of just boils down to I want to hear from the people out there. What do you think and what's your take on it? Yeah, do you fly the flag or do you prefer to keep it a little bit under wraps? And sort of to whom do you keep it under wraps? And why?
Yeah, it will be actually nice if we have one of those sessions again where people actually talk to us about it, because I'm gonna be in serious trouble in this conversation if it's only us chatting.
Yeah, no, just don't be a dick. That's usually the protocol.
Okay, straight jaw number one for you.
Yeah. Damn it, that early on. Jeez.
Ah! Sorry.
Welcome.
Ah!
With a jolt, he said.
Yeah, no, I dropped my coffee mug and realized that there was no coffee in it.
That's fortuitous.
Yeah. Could have ended badly.
It could have ended a lot worse, yeah.
Okay, so who starts?
Hmm?
Tell us.
Ivic.
Well, actually, you know what? I've never really had a problem with the entire idea. Nobody's ever... Well, I mean, I had a couple, like, I tend to hang out with a stranger crowd of people. I always have, always will. Most of the time, the only kind of flack I get about it is, you know, oh, you're a furry. But I actually get more flack for being a brony than anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw you back for that.
yeah, I got, like, the thing is that at the end of the day, the way that I see it is that, I mean, my Facebook page is, like, practically littered with little furry tidbits here and there if you look hard enough. And you really don't have to look very hard.
Yeah.
But the thing is that at the end of the day, I mean, like, I still, my cover page is still, like, a burnt pony, from, like, back
the
with...
one-
Yeah, back with the, what was that ad again?
I think it was McAfee
Yes.
or something.
Was it McAfee?
Or-
Yeah, McAfee virus check.
Virus thing, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, like, the thing is that, again, you don't have to look hard, and, end of the day, the way that I see it is that if people don't hire me because they have some preconceived notion about whatever I am and who I am, then they're obviously not looking for my work ethic. I mean, like, not only that, but half of my pictures on Facebook from 2012 and backwards, because I don't really have many pictures of that any other way, are of me while out and drunk. And I've been hired twice, so I'm pretty good.
So far. Doesn't seem to have backfired yet.
A burnt pony. Oh yeah, you're talking about your
Yeah. What do you call the thing?
your banner, your Facebook
Yeah.
background thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was
I've
the one
had that since, like,
Dolph
20
Lundgren versus the pony thing.
Yeah. Time for some unicorn on the cob.
Interesting.
I cannot remember that.
Yeah, believe me, I love that video. I've watched it like about.
Sometimes.
But are you
Yeah.
in fact wearing it with pride as an apart now from Facebook? I understand why people can maybe get away with that, but what I actually want to ask is, will you go out in public wearing a tail?
Of course! With, like, all certainty I would. I mean, if it was cold enough, I'd wear my damn scarf.
What damn scarf?
I have a green scarf that was knitted for me by he's a bear, but not a bear. He's like the gay bear.
Ah.
He's and the thing is that he knows of a store where they actually make these like sort of bear ears and whatnot as scarves with like the little hand pocket things.
Oh,
And
those
he had
things.
one, yeah, and he had one made for me instead of like this verdant, no, well, sort of dead, autumn grass like color. I actually have a picture of it somewhere. Yeah, I mean, like the thing is that I would totally wear that out, and I would totally wear a tail just for the fuck of it. And I mean, even if you think about like what Blue the fucking Dragon actually said, and the wonderful that's the wonderful thing is that is his actual name, which means that I don't have to put any candy in the candy jar. Blue the fucking Dragon. Blue the fucking Dragon. Can I say that one more time?
Don't-
Blue the fucking Dragon.
Don't out, okay?
At one point actually said, if you're going to, if somebody's going to come up to you and say, blah, 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 and you just go, well, your opinion, go
Whatever.
away. Actually, there should be a link to that.
Did we not
Let me
post it at
find-
one point?
Let me see. Well, in any case,
if we-
we can post it again.
I think we just pointed to his website.
Yeah. I'm going to find the exact, I'll find the video itself, and then, okay, it doesn't seem like this is working.
Okay.
Are we getting any, are you guys getting any, like, chat messages?
Not really getting any feedback.
Aside from
Last
candy in
one
the
I've
jar?
got was, the candy in the jar.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay,
So,
but,
yeah,
We're all
I would
alone
totally,
out
like,
here.
I would go out in full fursuit if I had to.
okay, but then there was that one incident, particularly actually as we started the stream, where you posted on MixLR, right? You posted, and you weren't aware that you were logged in with a Facebook account, and you thought, oh no, I just messed up, right? Because you posted it on your Facebook feed.
Yeah, no, but the thing is that the things that I posted there were not necessarily, it wasn't even furry related, it was just things that I'd posted there, and one of them just happened to be really, really strange. It really wasn't a furry related thing. Like, I typed something and then it just posted up there. I can't even remember what the hell it was.
It was early days, so I think it was before the whole bacon panty debacle.
Bacon panties. Oh yeah.
Bacon fatties?
Bacon panties.
If
Yeah.
that can still work, that is not even strange. I could talk to that about anybody. They know I'm joking. The problem is the furry fandom doesn't seem like a joke. You understand?
Yeah, it seems like some sort of weird fetishistic subculture
Exactly.
for a lot of people, unfortunately. And I think therein lies much of the problem. Like, I highly doubt I'll be able to explain this to my parents.
I've never explained this to my parents, but the thing is that, I mean, like, it would probably be harder on my dad telling him that, well, it was actually harder on my dad telling him that I smoked, rather than telling him that I was gay. I mean, like, seriously.
There are a lot of families where that is fucking topsy-turvy. Excuse my swearing.
To those joining us right now, we are talking about whether you carry the furry badge with pride, or you hide it down deep in the darkest little den with many D's.
And share it with you guys. Share that deep dark place. Only
Then anywhere here. Hey, Leeward's joined us today. Thank you so much for joining, Leeward, for the first time ever.
I don't know if it's the first time ever.
No, she's been listening to us all the time, but just not while we were doing it.
She caught up, but didn't catch up on all the ones that I didn't load up. Oh no, yeah, she was listening to all the mixed streams on MixLR, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are still there.
Yeah, which I still did the YouTube thing for, but I really didn't get the time yet. And joining us today is Hargan. He's just really, really quiet and probably fascinated by Ivic's little story that he just told.
Yeah, I'm just smirking. I'll talk when it's my turn.
Feel free to butt in whenever you want. I mean, this is a talk show. We're not gonna Like, just sit here and wait for someone to, I don't know, say something. If you want to say something, say something.
So, Hargan, your
yeah.
turn.
Okay, my turn. Would
Jump.
I go out wearing stuff again? Yes.
Again. I
Again.
think this has happened.
So, a long time ago, I have no fracking clue where they've gone to, but I had a pair of fox ears.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to wear them out not only to university, but around the place, just for the hell of it.
Yeah. And
So-
then the Fire Nation came.
Yes, and they stole it and they never returned it.
But
They
yeah,
need to be put down for their crimes.
somebody find the Avatar.
So yes, if I still had them around in easily accessible reach, I would be probably again now and then just wearing it for the hell of it. Whether I hide things anymore, it's not a case of I hide things anymore. I belong to Toastmasters, and I've even done a speech on the whole furry fandom before.
Toastmasters?
Toastmasters is a international organization based on helping people with public speaking. It's partially the reason why I'm not going all the time.
Oh, that's good. Awesome.
And we have a club. The club I go to is this one slipped my mind. Oasis Toastmasters in Bedford View. It takes place on the first and third Wednesdays of every month at the Italian Club, if anyone knows where that is.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
But anyway, oh god, salad fingers, right? Really? Anyway, sorry, just looking at the chat. Anyway, I did a whole speech on on furryism in Toastmasters, explaining what it was all about, explaining why I do it, and ever since then, I've never really hid anything. I just haven't had a need to really express myself, so I don't.
Yeah. That's just one thing that I actually want to point out. Is we're not talking about going out and going to your neighbor's door and saying, "Hey man, did you know I'm a furry?"
So in other words, the same way that you've got to tell all your neighbors in your neighborhood in America if you're classified as a sex offender. Knock, knock. Hey, by the way, I'm a sex offender.
Yeah. Not like
Yeah, that's weird.
But
Although, do you know what's even more entertaining? Bringing them in for a cup of tea and asking them for details.
but what I am actually
Would you like to see my sex dungeon?
What I am actually saying is, it's almost the same concept. It's, if somebody runs into it and will actually talk about it in a conversation, will you participate in that conversation or will you avoid it?
Of
I would
course.
easily participate. You know?
I'd participate as well, to be honest.
The problem is, I'm also a student psychologist, so a lot of the stuff that's being said, I'm trying my hardest not to sit there and start analyzing and start doing all the fun stuff, but I am sitting there pondering.
As we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hence, I'm not being quiet because I'm not having something to say. I'm being quiet because I'm being too active.
Active in your own head. That's not what we
Yes.
need here, unfortunately. We need you to be active in your mouth.
You have now entered the space of Hargan's head,
None of
where
that.
strange things are thought about and other things are analyzed.
Topical as hell. Dude. I'm sure everyone catch that reference.
Sorry.
No, why apologize?
What-
Unless someone's taken offense, why apologize?
I'm not taking offense. I just like giving Ivic guff.
Yeah, because that's just, our relationship. Hey,
Yes.
analyze this.
Oh, dude, no. Any
I'm-
any psychologist will have a field day if you and I sit down together in an office.
You know what? Like, the thing is that if they actually get us arguing,
Mhm.
yeah, we'd need about 3 hours to figure that out. I still remember the days that, like, we'd be playing squash.
Oh, Lord, that was fun.
Oh, jeez. The hour and a half that I think we spent about an hour and a half arguing about, like, how I was playing.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you thought that I was being too easy on you, and then I just like sort of come out and like it's because I start slow.
Okay.
I mean, most of the time.
Innuendos flying everywhere.
That happens as well. We sort of looked past that, just accept it as part of our normal speech.
Yeah.
With everyone else, I sort of actively adjust my vocabulary, but I'm just, you know what, screw it. I know him for too long.
I still remember that time. I sent Scratch a picture of my sausage. I told him, like, would you like to see a picture of my sausage? And I showed it to him, and it was amazing. It was all curly
And pan-fried.
and pan-fried.
Good gravy.
Yeah,
So-
like I said, it's going to take a while.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the topic at hand.
What topic was that? I think it got derailed and left about 13 topics down the road.
Only about 3.
Yeah,
Not that anyone's counting.
we can rerail from worse.
We've derailed the bacon panties.
Yeah, that happened once. But yeah, for me, personally, I don't feel that it necessarily has to come up in like, I have to make a scene about making it come up in conversation. The idea that I'm a furry. I mean, like Ivic said, there's plenty of evidence on or some evidence at least on my Facebook page, and the kind of stuff that I enjoy watching and drawing and the kind of games I play that would suggest that I am a furry. But I don't feel that it is necessarily something that I have to put out there, like make everyone aware of.
It's escalating. Yeah.
I have a question on what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
The games you play.
I also wanted to know what games is particularly furry related.
Yeah, what is actually classified as a furry game?
Okay, okay.
Sonic.
I think that might have been overstepping the bounds. Not overstepping, just sort of a weird analogy. But it boils down to the media that I consume. I mean, I did love playing Sonic when I was younger.
Oddly enough, I loved playing as Tails.
The first WoW character that I made was a Tauren, purely because of the fact that it was the only anthropomorphic character that existed at that time.
Worgen.
The only Alliance character I made was a Worgen, purely because of Worgen.
I've played female Draenei, cough.
Yeah,
They've got the best looking tails. Don't
Scratch.
blame me.
Scratch, but up until that point, it's still a little bit strange because I can go and ask my freaking brother, "Hey man, have you ever played Sonic?" He will say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is my stepbrother, so I don't actually know what he did when he was young. I could go up and ask my manager, "Hey man, do you know Sonic the Hedgehog?" He will say yes. Why are you asking me this? And he probably played it as well before.
Okay.
So the concept of it being furry related is a little bit, I don't know. It's maybe if your favorite character was Tails, maybe.
Also, not necessarily. I mean,
Star Fox?
yes.
Never played Star Fox.
Yeah, I
oddly
never had a Nintendo to play it on.
Even though my
Ratchet
favorite
and Clank.
Sonic character was actually Sonic.
Nor Ratchet and Clank.
Like, the thing is that, like, I mean, you can... At the end of the day, it gets assimilated. We'll put it like that. I mean, if you haven't, like, heard at least of Fox and the Hound, of Disney's Robin Hood, and anything like that, I mean, and, like, there are people on, like, live television that have noted the exact same thing, that they feel, drawn towards certain characters there. At the end of the day, it gets assimilated, much like, to an extent, brony culture has been accepted into the fur like culture. I mean, E621 is like littered with large amounts of like brony content.
Yeah, but that's a topic for another day. We can make that Sunday's topic.
Well, I'm gonna have to join for Sunday.
Brony culture or what?
Whether the Brody culture is really accepted into the furry fandom.
You do know that like there are furry meets that are pretty much everybody joins. If you look at Anthrocon, I think 2012 already there were
Everybody doesn't join.
fursuits.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not there.
well, you and I are apparently the exceptions. I don't know. I'm not a big My Little Pony fan. Whatever.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like again, like people like what they like. That's the end of the story.
I
If you
know,
want
man,
to,
that's-
if you want to assimilate it into to the culture, then so be it. I mean, look at Raccoon. Raccoon puts Pokemon in.
Yeah,
And
but
not
that
put-
is understandably acceptable.
Why? What makes it understandably acceptable?
I'm pulling your leg.
Considering that the only thing that Growlithe says is Growlithe.
Yes, from now on, Raccoon must say Growlithe. Growlithe, Growlithe. No offense, Raccoon. Please don't kick me off the admins.
I could just imagine Raccoon like coming up with one of his interesting topics on like discussion, and it's just like this entire long page of Growlithe, growl, 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 Growlithe, growl, growl, Growlithe.
Okay, here's something that came up in
There
the
we
chat.
go. That's right.
Something came up in chat here. Kane Oscar puts the question out. Does it seem to you that some first can get away with walking around with, for example, ears and a tail in public, and get away with it without being ridiculed? While some people,
extremely well muscled.
dude, I don't think a lot of furs sort of get respect by fear. Okay.
Hmm. I know. I posted shortly afterward. Well, a bit afterwards, actually. Personally, I get ridiculed quite. Oh, I got ridiculed quite often. I can't even read what I wrote. Where are my glasses? Personally, I got ridiculed quite often wearing the ears. It's about choosing whether to care what others feel or care what
Exactly.
you like.
Exactly.
And honestly, when I wore them, I knew that people were going to make fun of me. So
It was your
instead of feeling upset that they're making fun of me, I switched my mentality around and laughed with them. And in a way, kept my own happiness going. And that's the way I did it, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The best, though, were the kids in the cars that would just wave frantically. It was so worth it.
Yeah,
I mean,
there are
that's-
things that
that's
kind of make
fine.
it work again.
Yeah, I know that Raccoon actually wore a collar at university. In fact, he wore a collar everywhere, not just at university. He wore his collar out that one day that we met at
The waterfront.
the waterfront. At that time, I would probably have said that I wasn't as out and about. I thought that it would be very, very strange. But obviously, as I carried on, I was just like, well, oh well, screw it, why not?
Hmm.
Scratch, we were still with you. You said that you you don't. I actually interrupted you. You said that you won't publicly announce it, but how far would you go in wearing the badge of pride?
In what sense? In what sense? Like, but okay. I'm a little bit sort of lost on like what exactly it entails. Like, sort of waving the banner, or like, is it standing up for someone who's being ridiculed for it?
Well,
Is it wearing furry paraphernalia? Is it what?
We can simplify it by choosing just one thing. It's the same thing I asked Ivic. Will you wear a tail in public? Or are you just not a fan of tails?
Anyone not a fan of Tails needs to be shot. Tails is the best Sonic character ever!
No, I'm not talking about the character.
Hashtag Tails is the best.
Hashtag Sonic Boom was a lot of crap.
Oh
Hashtag
my.
so is your 6.
Yeah.
Have you seen Sonic Boom on the 3DS? It was worse.
Oh really?
I don't know how they managed to do it worse, but they did.
Yeah. To answer your question, Anpu, I would on most days choose not to, and that's sort of how can I say this? I am pretty self-conscious about a lot of things, and I've been very self-conscious for quite a large part of my life. But I'm starting to get a little bit less so these days. So perhaps with enough coaxing, I might be able to do it. Like, yeah, I might be able to do it in the near future. But it's not something I would do every day, all day. I mean, I have my little sort of pendant that Helios gave me.
Oh yeah.
And which is I mean, it's an awesome gift, and I basically wear it every day. And it's people who are in the know about it know what it represents and sort of where it's from. But it's also just a plain and very nice piece of jewelry. And yeah, that's sort of.
You don't have a picture of that I can actually show to everybody that's listening in.
I'll see if I can find it. It should be somewhere on Zephyr. But
I also
yeah,
need to take a picture of mine. I finally got mine from Helios.
sweet. I'll keep talking while if you guys keep talking while I search for it.
Well, there is something interesting I have noticed, and I don't know if it's just me, or if it's also surrounding other people, but the older I get, the less I care what other people think.
Yeah, that's just called getting older. You completely zone out on all the BS that everyone spills, and
Maybe that's why old people wear such weird clothes. That was a joke.
It's either that or they're stuck in the 1980s.
I wouldn't call it being stuck. It's just literally just you've. Okay, I'm gonna put another coin in the swear jar, but you've run out of fucks to give by that time.
Mm-hmm.
The field is barren. There's no candy left in the jar. You're just spent.
I have no fashion sense at all, so actually I sort of don't know what you're talking about. Old people wearing weird clothes, I can understand if you don't give a F that you won't take care of the clothes that you're wearing or care that the clothes that you're wearing is not filled with holes or something like that. But most old people look pretty much freaking professional in my personal opinion.
It depends on how old they are.
Uh...
I mean, just imagine somebody wearing a plaid caftan.
I forgot what a caftan is.
Yeah, I also don't know.
It's like a big dress thing, pretty much. Literally from top to bottom. It's goodness sakes.
Whoosh, over my head.
Caftan. Searching on Google.
I'll give it a second. Don't stress about it. Let me see if I can find it.
This is one of the more. It's sort of Indian style dress.
Okay. I almost thought instead of Indian as in the subcontinent or indie in style, like as in it's in an indie style.
Well, I'm pretty sure that it could be indie style.
Oh boy, you've lost me already.
I mean, okay, this is one of the better caftans, I think. Come now, load the page. Okay, and then plaid.
I know what plaid is, at least.
You know
when
I would say somebody is not giving an F, right? Is when a person pictures up wearing bell bottoms and buffalo shoes with a moon bag. That person doesn't give a what anybody else thinks about him.
What about sandals and socks? I've done that before.
I can forgive that as ignorance.
What do you mean ignorance? It's fashionable, clearly.
Okay. I will leave you to your delusion.
Thank you. My delusions say thank you too. Also, side note, do you know what the difference between a hallucination and a delusion is?
Inside?
Say what?
Sandals, socks.
Ivic?
Yep.
I think your mic's breaking.
Would it be sandals, socks with?
Ivic?
Sandals with socks, wearing socks and then putting the sandals on afterwards.
Ivic, are you there?
Ah,
No.
Raccoon got on the nose. Nice.
Yeah, his connection has dropped out. Delusion is belief, hallucination is vision.
Vision. Basically, a hallucination is something you see or such like, but a delusion is
It's when
something
you
you
believe that
know.
hallucination is real.
Yeah, no. It's when you know something is real, but you still believe it. That's the important part about a delusion, is knowing that it's not real.
Okay.
Oddly enough, I have a few delusions myself.
I have a delusion that I'm going to win the lottery Saturday.
Oh my word! Lots
like
of people have that delusion. Yes, yes.
Like, have fun with that one. I'm done playing lottery. Done with that shit.
Yep,
That's
done
money
paying your
received.
mathematical incompetence tax.
Yeah.
Oh my
Is
word.
that-
I've seen so many people spend so much on that lottery and yeah. But that's why I don't play it.
I'm still looking for that thing. I will be with you guys shortly.
Your chances are your chances are so low at winning the lottery. You can actually calculate it. It's something like 10 digits to the power. How many numbers can you choose? Out of how many numbers can you choose it? 46 or what?
6, yeah.
46. No.
There's
49.
49.
Okay, yeah, sorry. So it's 6 to the power of 49. Check it. That's 1 in that value. That's how the chances you have to win the lottery.
Mhm.
It's impossible to win. It's so little that you're.
Yeah, it's like ridiculously silly low. Where is that thing? Oh, I think it's this.
Well, the chat's really quiet.
Well, I'm just trying to add Ivic back on, and I'm still gonna have to answer the same questions.
Here it is. Found it. Zoop. I could probably just post in chat.
Someone said you have a better chance of being killed by a shark on land in SA than winning the lottery. I was going to make a GTA 5 joke there about sharks on land.
That's about right, though.
I can understand that almost perfectly. That makes perfect sense. Okay, let me just.
Yeah, that's a little hanger that I have for anyone who's interested and/or jelly.
Let me just put it on the video.
Put what on the video? Oh, the thing. Is Ivic off again?
He's off like the whole time already.
Sheesh. For how long now? Sorry, I was.
In about 5-10 minutes now.
Oof, that's bad.
Yeah.
Let us say our graces to our dearly departed friend.
Or just the stupid stick he's using. Pray to the 3G gods that everything will come back online soon.
It's very fascinating. I'm going to have to look that up more.
You know what he did is he opened that picture and it dropped his connection. I can almost guarantee that. It's not your picture. He opened a picture of something that he was loading and it wasn't loading. I think it's that dress he was talking about.
Kafkan thing or whatever.
And no, it's just not working at all. Anyways, well, I'll continue this conversation of actually talking about my own opinion about it. I do not wear the badge of shame, but I don't. I'm actually what is categorized on FAF. They categorize me as part of a little group called the Self-Loathing Fur. I shame that the fact that the publicity of the whole fandom is so taboo and so strange that I won't be able to actually ever really publicly do anything unless it's for comedy. I won't take it seriously. I won't wear a collar in public seriously. Unless I would wear a collar in public for the joke.
Yes.
I did for a few weeks.
Or I would wear wear ears for the humor instead of seriously being
This is a self-representational.
This is a self-representation thingy. I don't do that in any ways. Among all sorts of things. I mean, it's depending on what I like. For example, I'm an enthusiast of many things, but I don't actually wear it like that. And I don't think it's a bad thing to be like that. And it's not because I have that self-awareness that people see that in me. It's that I feel strange walking around giving people a negative impression rather than a positive impression. And it's not because I'm self-aware of what people think of me. That's why I would do it for the comedy. I don't care what people think about me. I've gone over that phase a long time ago in my life. But I do not. I won't actually do that in public for the seriousness of it. And the only people that would catch the joke is the people inside the fandom, in any ways.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a catch-22 then.
So yeah, it's strange to say that and have anybody listen in. I was actually saying that you guys are going to have a field day with me, but Ivic is now offline, and I was thinking he's probably going to be the one that was going to say the worst things. But
maybe the universe is censoring him now.
Perhaps.
But the thing is, it's not that I wear the badge of shame, but it's also I don't wear it as pride, because I don't see it as anything to be proud about. It's kind of like a hobby or an interest. It's not really a lifestyle, in my personal opinion. If you make it a lifestyle, good for you, but that is not how I view the thing. I made a good couple of friends inside the fandom since the moment I actually started engaging with the people. But I don't see it as a lifestyle. It's something that I don't constantly think about. I only think about it when I'm engaging with the furries, which is you guys doing the podcast, posting on the forum or something like that. But when I'm at work, I'm unfortunately a human being, and I have to maintain a certain level of being a human being.
Well, you can go so far as to say that you're a drone. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
It's that type of work. And anyways, you are just a freaking number, and that is how it goes. The fun thing about the recording studio is you can express yourself a little bit more in that type of industry, but also not in that direction, depending on what type of recordings you do. The issue is when you're doing a lot of depending on the music that you do, even if you do electronic music, you kind of attack that to certain genre in a professional way. And the thing is you can probably act out to be a little bit more furry, but still it's like the public thing. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I understand.
I think it's bad.
Bastard.
Yeah, Kaftan.
Really? Yeah. No. I'm just thinking it was worth all the time he was offline for the picture.
Apparently weaving a kaftan.
Yeah, look, I mean, and I had to do a small gender change so that I can look like that woman and wear it quickly. The only thing that's missing is the furry ears and tail that I should be wearing too.
Yep. We are so disappointed in you.
So guys,
Okay,
please don't hate me for my opinion. It's just, it's myself and it's what I do and what I do.
And I missed it all. The
Yes,
fuck?
you
Yeah.
missed it all. It's your problem.
Okay. Tweet it back to us. Unproven. What did you say? Recap it in tweet.
No. He's gonna have to listen to the stream again and give me shit afterwards.
It's okay, I know around about what time I was out, so I can just skip to that point and listen.
Yeah, I suppose you could do that.
No, it's just that I'm probably, I see it more as a hobby instead of a lifestyle or any type of thing that to take it seriously. What I mentioned is that if I would go in a public sector, I won't wear the badge of pride. I'll wear something to represent the comedy behind it, and the only people that catches that comedy will be people inside the fandom. Is the same with a suit. Is even if I buy a fursuit, I will buy a fursuit to have a certain level of fun inside, right? Mm-hmm. But I won't buy it and be seriously furry inside of it. You understand?
Caution, fur inside.
What I mean, the difference between the two is being more of an entertainer or being more of a person that suits because he can and that's who he thinks he is. If you're talking about other kin. You understand that? You understand the difference? There's like a complete different view set, different from other kin to where I'm standing and what I'm saying.
Look, I mean, if you look at some of the things that like if you, sorry, there was that one news piece that was done at Anthrocon. I think it was Anthrocon. I'm not sure.
MFF with the.
Was it MFF? No, not that. It was actually just a news piece done on a con without anything strange happening there aside from,
that.
furries.
Yeah.
Well, to them anyways. But the thing is that she mentioned that a lot of furs didn't want to talk because people in fursuits don't talk. They bark, they yiff, they scratch, they hug.
Yiff, they scratch, they...
all that cool jazz.
Yeah, those typical foxes and
Yeah.
Uh,
No.
they don't talk because it spoils the act, actually. But depending
also-
on what your act is.
Well, I mean, if
what I've
you're
heard,
talking,
it's
if you're
also
talking fur, then you're talking fur.
from what I've heard, it's also kind of hard to talk in those suits. Your voice gets muffled quite
yeah.
badly.
Mm.
That's completely understandable. You're gonna sound like...
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Well, it depends on how you built your suit.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're not gonna sound like a Charlie Brown character though,
Exactly.
unless you like literally stuff a sock in your mouth.
Or unless your character is Charlie Brown's parents.
Why? Okay.
Why?
That is-
Why?
Kane has a question. Another question. Do you think furries, myself included, create too much of an unreachable persona for themselves? In the sense that our sonas are everything we wish to be but cannot be, or at least won't become without a lot of self work. How do I answer that? The first thing for scratch first.
Okay, you can go first. I actually want to like engage Ivic on this, but yeah, go first. Or the psychologist, let's call it that.
It depends on how you look at if you want to become your persona. Self-reach is this is where I'm gonna actually be like the really, really bad. Yeah, not in a physical sense. That is what I'm actually talking about. But even in an internal sense, you cannot really be that. You can, because it can help you like a extra world that you live in, but it is engaging in fantasy. So you can change your mindset a lot in a good way or in a bad way.
Yeah,
but
dragons.
But if it's not in a physical sense, then nothing is too far-fetched. I mean, you can think about any crazy things.
Oh, even if it is in a physical sense and like that you want to bulk up or slim down or something to like get a little bit closer to.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a persona. You can't become a dragon if you jump.
Yeah, obviously, but yeah, but at least like my persona is slimmer than I am. I could at least sort of, if I were to get a suit, I'd look closer to the representation of him than I would today because I'm chunky as hell. And that's an understatement. But yeah.
But yes, that's something that you can actually do physically. As you can definitely look after your health and do some things about it. It just requires a lot of hard work and a specific type of mindset, a very disciplined type of mindset.
What I wanted to ask to like the other two is, like how does this tie into like the idea of the ego and the super ego and whatever?
Oh, good gravy. Are we going into this now?
Well, we can if you want. Or we can just shelve this question. Or shelve that part of the question.
Well, you see, the thing is, that's only one way of looking through psychology. I look through psychology through more the teachings of Carl Rogers, personology, humanistic approach, and that sort of thing.
I have a book on my shelf to still read on becoming a person.
But what I'm sort of seeing is, or what I've seen in my personal experience through my lifetime, is that I have created a persona that's very, in ways, different to me, but at the same time reflective of things that I wish I could have. For example, let's do things. Well, let's take simple things, for example. Tails and ears and the whole physical
Gigantic
foxy,
canine teeth.
the whole foxy body sort of thing.
Mhm.
Yes, I have asked myself the question of if they've introduced it through biogenetical mechanical thing. I have no idea how they'd actually do it, but in that sort of field, if they were able to offer that sort of thing, would I take it? And half of me has said, yes, I would take it, because of course I'd feel a lot happier. But at the same time, I stop and look at myself and say, well, what is it that makes me happier about my persona than myself? One of the things I've noticed that's interesting is that a lot of personas seem to have more confidence than their creators.
That's very true.
And this is an interesting thing. This is a whole creation now we're talking about of personal ideals and such put outward. And of course, if these are your ideals that you're putting outward in a persona sort of sense, of course you'd have more confidence. I mean, if you felt more confident with a six-pack and that sort of thing, and you instead did not exercise any day of your life, you would feel less confident than if you went to the gym and you worked out and you got a six-pack, correct? And so in this sort of situation, I think the answer is a yes and a no. I think that in the beginning, the persona does sort of have a higher level of confidence because, of course, you start understanding more of what you would like and this thing and that, so you feel better about yourself in the persona form. But then we come back to the thing that was mentioned earlier. When you grow older, you just don't give a darn. And so it starts to sort of equalize at a certain point, at which point it's a case of, well, you wouldn't really mind either way, whether you're your persona or whether you're your human self. Of course, this doesn't apply to everyone. This is just my personal opinion, and this is, of course, only based on my opinion because I haven't been able to study anyone else. Everyone seems terrified of me studying them for some reason.
Because you call it studying,
Yes.
not hanging out.
Not hanging out. That is.
No. There's a difference between studying and hanging out. Hanging
Yeah.
out, we just have fun and we drink and we party, and then we have a fur pile apparently.
Learn to
When did you go to a party that there was a fur pile? I've never been to one with a fur pile.
No, I'm talking about all the sensationalistic stuff. I mean, if there's a group of furries, there's always a fur pile.
Look, I get piled on top of by furries because they try to stop me from doing what I want to do,
Like?
which is lick and sniff people.
Yeah, if that's what the furries are trying to have you stop do, then you kind of need to at least take a little bit of, take a leaf out of their book. Just
If you guys remember, Yote on the venting, and I actually mentioned this in one of our earlier podcasts. He was having problems with people being too furry around him, and I had this feeling that he was immediately sort of like pointing towards me.
Looking at you, yes.
And I do understand where he's coming from, and I mean, then again, I probably shouldn't sniff people's hair, but then again, it's just like slightly nuts. And perfectly normal, perfectly normal. But the thing is that oh yeah, sniff again. Sorry.
Wait, what? Okay, note to self. Carries water spray bottle around. Just in case.
no mace.
Much that
Mace.
better.
Mace is better.
Much better.
No, it isn't.
It works a lot better. Trust me.
Well, see, the problem with mace is that people eventually get used to the taste of mace. The thing about water is it will always irritate you, no matter what.
Mace is a thing to share.
Yeah, I think you have those two backwards. Like, you have to be maced in the face pretty bloody often to get used to it. Like, you stand there tanking it like, come at me! Yeah, you're gonna have
At the end of
to...
the day,
You
it's
know,
just like,
that's now my new personal project, to get so used to mace that I enjoy it. Mwahaha.
well, I mean, mace is only liquid capsaicin most of the time.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's not even is it even properly pure capsaicin? I don't think so.
well,
Yeah.
it's
Didn't
pretty
I-
damn strong, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Didn't Andrew WK beat himself on the face with a brick continuously to raise his pain threshold? I think I read something like that there.
That's just being silly. Now hand me that mace.
Yeah, well, that man is weird. Also, apparently loves hanging out with furries.
Hmm.
But yeah.
So
Where-
we were like, I mean, I definitely tend to agree with what Hargan said, mostly because that's just sort of like the general normal progression of things. I mean, the more comfortable you become because at the end of the day, like a lot of people create personas, and a lot of the connection is only online. And the thing is that you become more confident online to the point where you'd probably be able to speak to somebody one-on-one on Skype.
Yeah, but here's...
And then from Skype, you'd actually start going to fur meets. And from fur meets, you'd start meeting and speaking to people, and you'd be able to find out about how to communicate to people in real life. And then from there
What's
on in,
this real life thing? Back, away, shoo.
But
Yeah.
but here's something that I would actually add on top of it. Whether everybody actually has a kind of alter ego, right? And this alter ego always has more confidence, and it's what they think about themselves until a person lands in a certain situation where their confidence proves them wrong. Right? So the thing is when you're going to
I
create...
don't know if the word alter ego is correctly used in this format.
Yeah,
But
no, agreed.
continuing.
Okay, well, what would you prefer it be then?
Just plain the ego, I suppose.
Plain ego,
No.
yes. Maybe.
Am I wrong?
Let's-
Sorry.
I'll accept the word of alter ego because I understand what you're using it for, but I can't think of a better word to use in its stead.
The thing is that when we talk about an alter ego, it's actually when you speak about the word alter ego, you know you are capable of doing it, but you're too afraid to try it out. So in other words, then you create that more confident thing of yourself.
That's the alter ego that I was talking about.
But it's not it's not an alter ego because it's essentially and quintessentially still you. It is everything that you are. You know that you could like to be like that, but at the end of the day, you are unwilling to split your now self with your what at that point you would consider your false self.
But what I always what I just want to get at is, even though we're trying a grammar thing and it's something out of Oxford Dictionary here,
It's not really grammar because alter ego is viewed by the Freudian group, who are the ones who created the idea of egos and everything like that. If something happens so badly in your life that your brain needs to, or your mind needs to create a safeguard against it, an alter ego is created in order to protect. I can't remember which one it was, but believe it's in order to create either the ego or the id from whatever damage this is. So in other words, let's say something so drastically happens in your life that you lose your parents and your whole family in a car crash, for example.
Batman.
And
Batman.
an alter ego could be created by the mind in order to help deal with this by saying, okay, let's leave this creation of a person to one side and start again with this new one who's only got this blank slate now.
Let's rather talk about a persona, something that can't be acted
Persona
out
would
by
be a better
yourself.
term. Persona would
Something
be
that can't be
Persona's
acted
a
out,
lot
but
better.
anyways, just back on the topic.
Apologies.
Is that when everybody has that type of persona, a character that they probably wish they were, right? There's something that is better than themselves, and you work towards it. Isn't that true? If you're young, you wish to be educated more. That's why you educate. If you're working, you wish to be richer. Therefore, you build yourself up in a company. You understand what I mean there. So
Yeah.
the same persona that people visualize can be represented online, right? So whether it's furries, whether it's a fursona or persona, which is any form that you get, that ego or that character that you see there will always have more confidence than anybody has. Even the person with the most confidence in the world will create one with more confidence than him.
Do you know what the hilarious thing is? There's about as many personas online, so I'm just using persona as a general term, online, as there are Facebook accounts on the basis that people go on and create alternate Facebook accounts in order to almost create new personas. Almost. It's usually used as a buffer zone so that people only see one version of themselves, but again, kind of works in the persona sort of
Social
range.
media is a perfect example, because social media, when you upload pictures, you upload the best pictures of yourself.
You cherry pick your.
Thank you, that's what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way.
Right? And you're not going to upload the picture where you're passed out drunk unless you're me.
Or
I'm
unless,
going to find that picture now.
or unless you're your asshole friends.
Or you understand what I mean. Well, that is again yet the sense of comedy. But what I'm actually saying is anybody engaging or dealing with social networking, anybody that has a social network profile, that profile is in fact a created persona for that person.
Exactly.
For sure.
There is a
people
long.
say they don't understand personas.
Yeah.
Really?
That's the weirdest part about it is that like, if you really sort of like look into it, pretty much all we're doing is pretty much now that we're able to have face rig, we are face rigging ourselves.
Oh, face rig.
Well, remember, you can get on another forum and expect a person with an avatar that could be something like I know in my broadband there's a whole lot of them, which is kind of some kind of animal, and then the profile name also represented, but it's not necessarily a furry. It's just that they chose that and they didn't even know the fandom existed, because that persona is sometimes online is like freaking anything. They just anthropomorphize it, which is actually kind of strange if you think about it.
Yeah, well, they just don't identify it in the same way.
They just don't identify it in the same way.
Yeah.
It's always some kind of personification of something, or it's going to be a human being, and the names are always like how many freaking strange weird internet names have you already seen online? So it's always a type of persona maybe even, anthrosona, a sona.
Yeah, I mean, anthrosona, you can be a toaster.
Are we back on that?
Yep. Well, I mean, we spoke about the idea
No,
of
toasters,
therapiness.
Cylons!
Okay.
The chat is talking about something completely different. They're talking about
I know,
they're
they're
talking
talking
about
about
Superman,
Superman and... Oh, it's beautiful. You really should read it.
Nerds.
But I want to actually go back to something that we missed. This Raccoon posted that some dude
Swallows razor blades, yes.
swallowed razor blades. Where was that? Why am I keeping
That was a little bit upwards. If you want, I can give you... it's austriantimes.at/news/... No, I'm not reading out the whole...
It's there in chat. Just
Earl.
Yeah, just rather scroll. Oh, here it is.
Talking about strange ways to die. There was I read
ways to die. I've seen them all.
I read a very interesting article earlier this week about a kid who died in a fondue accident.
Okay.
What?
Got third-degree burns and died in hospital.
That's tragic.
How?
Yeah, but it's an open flame. It can burn something else.
Yeah, but
Is
I mean,
that
like,
how a
the thing is that
fondue works?
I can just imagine how hot fondue is if a child, 7 years old actually, 7 years old, died of a freak fondue accident.
That is tragic and delicious.
And there were two other, the two other family members also got away with, second-degree burns. So I assume that what might have happened is that the fondue splashed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's oil.
Quite possibly.
So guess what? I'm not having at a dinner party.
But it could be that they tipped over and the open flame just burned something.
No.
And the house caught fire. So it could be a little bit different.
There was no mention.
Of a fire.
Yeah. It was literally freak fondue accident kills child of 7 years old.
Sensationalism, don't you love it?
Yeah, it could be like almost anything. I mean, freak cigarette accident burnt house to the ground.
Freak
Yeah.
fondue. Yeah, freak
Welcome
fondue
to America. I mean, like wood houses everywhere.
No, like a freak fondue accident could be him falling on a fondue skewer.
True.
But
I'm just being creative in my deaths here.
can I
I
actually?
was in a freak accident once.
Can I
Man, there
actually-
were freaks everywhere.
I heard the weirdest death on
It's quite
1,000
accident.
ways to die is
Which
a
is?
dude that was allergic to latex. Right?
Yeah.
And then he went to one of these places where they would, where he was like, where they dressed him up in complete latex suit and get like some.
Oh boy.
Did he know he was allergic
No, he
to latex?
didn't. He
Ah, that explains it.
and the guy died in the suit, and the BDSM chick just kept on spanking him because she thought it was the fucking.
Oh boy, shame. Poor guy.
Wow.
She thought he was screaming in
Yeah.
Yeah.
joy.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I have a similar sort of situation in that I don't know if I'm allergic to bees or not because I've never been stung by one. So like every
Never
time,
in your entire life.
never in my entire life. So basically,
Lucky blighter.
whenever a bee flies into the room, I get this massive adrenaline high, and that's my entertainment for the day.
Oh, well, that reminds
Living on
me of.
the edge.
Where
Yeah.
be-
Speaking of adrenaline highs and bugs,
Yeah.
don't wear bees. Raccoon saying, "Don't wear bees."
Yeah, I'm not gonna wear bees. I'm all good for that. Thanks.
Yeah. We were watching, I think it was cricket on Sunday or Saturday, and just randomly sitting down, and suddenly this massive wasp flies directly into my face, and I gave out my manliest scream,
Of course.
and ran about 2 meters in half a second.
My
Dude.
favorite incident with a wasp, I was bitten by a wasp.
No.
Not
Not
Stung.
stung, bitten. You see, it was stuck in a tube, and I didn't know it was in a tube, and I put my finger in and poked the head. It couldn't maneuver, so it bit me.
Wasps are assholes.
I
Yeah.
was
I
bitten.
was always like joking like that. That bee didn't sting me, it bit me. Now you're telling me that you were actually bitten by a wasp.
Yes. It was
Damn.
hilarious. No one believes me.
I don't think I do.
I also
I
don't
know.
think I do.
That's the point.
I need to see evidence of that.
Well, every full moon now, I turn into a werewasp.
Ugh.
Does that
Away
count?
wasp.
Don't want to see. I do not want to see a rendering of what that looks like because I bloody hate the way wasps look.
Someone draw it! Quick!
I could just imagine how the transformation goes, and then the arms become little and then he grows an extra pair out of his sides, and then thorax and
Well, did you ever see
Stop
the fly?
fucking off to that either.
yeah, but that was a very
Something
very
like
bad rendition,
True.
but it was creepy as all hell.
Yeah, no. I don't actually want to see that.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Have you never been stung by a bee?
No, I've never been stung by a bee.
Well,
Lucky blighter.
lucky Bluxum, because it hurts like shit, It hurts like hell.
And then it itches even worse.
Afterwards, first it feels like you're gonna die, and then...
And then you do die, and then you're dead.
But
Well,
I-
that escalated quickly.
Actually, when you...
Back in our old house in Pretoria, when we were still here back in the 1990s, we had this tree that would, I think, I don't know, by the Tri-County area, have all the bees come to it. And it's actually one of the very many reasons as to why, when I go outside, I rarely go without shoes on.
Mm-hmm. How many times have you stood on bees?
3 to 4.
Oh,
And
If
then,
I
of course, there's
include sitting, then that's the same as well.
that-
Kane put out something that's quite cool, at least for my case. Fun fact: the severe rush of adrenaline can cure allergic reactions. That's cool. So basically, if I do get stung by a bee, I'll know what to do. Just do what I normally do. Get
Well,
excited.
remember-
Ventilate.
remember, if you do go into anaphylactic shock, then the first thing they do is literally like punch you in the thorax with a needle full of adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I still want to know if you can like legally own adrenaline without having a heart condition or
No.
some sort of condition that doesn't mean having it. Because I want it.
What's that one?
You can kill yourself
Yeah,
with adrenaline.
especially when you don't need it.
Especially when it's adrenaline like that. It's not produced by your body.
No, lame.
Was it Snatch, the movie with No.
Pulp Fiction, they jammed a needle in her chest.
No, there's that guy who was given that weird, like he was given a poison and he woke up and he has to keep his
Crank.
adrenaline.
Jason Statham.
Crank.
That is the dumbest action movie ever. I love it.
I love that one, especially that part where he's just like, middle of the street. Here we go.
I
Yeah.
think it's a woman.
It was dumb, but it was actually entertaining to watch. You watched it through. You didn't go like, oh no, this is dumb, and switch the TV off.
Yeah.
You
It's
actually
like,
watched it
out of the
because it
theater.
has that pacing. The whole
Yeah.
movie has that pacing. And it's like, okay, let's watch it till the end.
yeah. The question in the end is, how dumb can this movie get? I was not disappointed.
No. But no, don't inject yourself with adrenaline. Fuck it, go jump out of an airplane. Go to a tango.
That costs money.
Yeah, adrenaline will also cost money.
Yeah.
Not. I don't know if it will cost more or less. So I kind of need to do the math
Yeah,
there
but-
first.
There's an easy way to get adrenaline. Tell me where you live, and then I'll pop around at night and get a pillow and throw it at you in the middle of the darkness.
Yes.
My
I'd rather
friends don't let me have keys to their places anymore.
I'd rather you not do that because there's a lot of expensive stuff on the walls and a lot of glass everywhere. I'll end up stepping on something and bleeding out. You don't want that.
Play Five Nights at Freddy's.
No. That
I'm
gives
only
me
on-
ulcer.
I'm only on night 3 of that thing. No.
That game seriously just gives me like heartburn or an ulcer.
So that is what the adrenaline is gonna do. When you inject yourself, you're gonna get heartburn.
Yeah,
And an ulcer.
yeah. I bloody hate that. I hate jump scare games.
For those of you still listening, this is the part where we just start talking about random crap.
Yeah, because we worked through all of us, and nobody in the comments wanted to tell us what they wanted to say about their opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they had a nice long chat about Superman and Clark Kent.
And his
Yeah.
alter ego, yes.
As if there's not enough of that going around on the internet. Seriously.
Really? I don't look for those things. I have no idea how bad it gets.
Even if there are two people in the comments, like if you, I mean, at least like Kane had a couple of questions that were fairly well answered, I think.
That's
Very.
actually a good point. How many people have been in the comments?
There were more than 2 when we started.
Yeah.
And-
Wow.
And they were more like
it's-
they just declined the game.
Yeah.
Most of them
The,
just
the,
can't
the
handle
last,
the buffering.
the last person who wasn't one of us, or Raccoon or Kane, was 45 minutes ago. Whoo.
Why is my volume really that low, Raquan? I'm just trying to figure it out because it isn't auto-adjusting anymore.
Mm. Pardon.
It shouldn't be. I'm trying to get all this stuff sorted with this new stream thing.
Yeah, since you formatted your PC or something.
Again, but last time I think there was also sort of problems here and there, but people didn't mention it.
Mm. Well, less problems at least.
Kane,
Interesting.
it's a very, very interesting.
Interesting. Sorry?
Kane said a very, very interesting thing here. There are only 2 left on the, and they have to repopulate. Oh, I was thinking about something completely different, but I mean, okay.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, let's not go into that.
You have 1 male growlith right now. Get a dinner, somebody.
Just leave him with the Pokemon breeder. At least with the Ditto, yeah.
Yeah, for the next 2 days.
And then it's an egg. You have to bike around with the bloody thing. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Pokemon are PT.
Yeah,
I
I'll
wish
have
you could get an
to.
extra slot for that, like seriously.
I'll have to re-look at the stream to get the volume sorted. I don't know why it's moving by itself. Oh well. Technical issues. We don't want to talk about that.
Welcome to the South-Afrifur stream.
Yes, there's always problems.
There's never anything right.
Never.
Ah, that sounds just like South Africa. Boom, boom.
Yeah, well done. What was I gonna say? I completely forgot now. I think we were on Pokemon. Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, far too many. I'm still sort of Gen 1 vanilla. I love it.
Yeah.
I think Blastoise is my favorite.
Hmm.
I love him.
Interesting choice.
He's cool. He's strong as well. Yeah,
Mine would have to be between Cubone and Ponyta.
Let's not engage in this too much because we can go down a very, very deep road here.
Yes, and I have
Oh.
no idea what it's going to be about.
Especially if I start talking.
I like Charizard. Yes.
I swear you were about to say chorizo. I was like,
Yeah, I
what
was
the
also
hell?
like,
Food?
Not in-
Charizard!
And that's the common answer for anybody that hasn't actually watched or played the
No,
games.
no,
Yeah.
if they haven't watched, they always just say Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Chorizo fires sausages in your face.
They use meat vision! Meat vision!
well done.
Chorizozard, use sausage blast.
Okay, now that sounds like a porno.
Yeah.
Suck, 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 suck.
Use spicy breath.
Someone's back! Oh my!
Who's there?
Honan.
Oh, hello. Hello, Honin. Welcome back. And there were a lot of people who just sort of came and left or had to leave.
Again, it's possibly because of buffering issues, as well as
IRL.
multitude of many other things.
Yeah.
Why do I need to eat? I don't know. Ask your parents who make your food.
Yeah, but they should say when there's buffering issues. I'm not too sure which internet connection should handle this. It should be 2 meg. But so
Yeah.
if there's buffering issues, please guys, you have to tell us.
Yeah, because then we need to downscale the stream even further.
Or yeah, to downscale it further, I think is the best option. I don't think we want to move back to another platform.
Or yeah, seriously, we've been jumping from platform to platform since the start.
Mm-hmm.
Mixalor had a good run, but yeah.
I mean, Raccoon obviously says that this wasn't like our best episode, but it's possibly. You know what?
You guys agreed with me too much. That's why.
Not
Well,
everything
it
has
was
to be
only
about
because
drama.
I wasn't online when you actually had your part to say.
Yeah. Not everything has to be about drama. We can all get along at one point. Doesn't make for good comedy, but then we go off on tangents like Pokemon and stuff.
But then again, I mean, like that's the reason why we're awesome. Tangents.
Yeah.
We are like a mathematical equation on our own.
I wouldn't put us down to something as predictable as math.
Okay, fine then. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had something for this.
Rabies?
Archer reference. Yes, possibly rabies.
That was such a good show.
They have season 4.
Season 5 as well. Like, I think season 5 was started like recently, like after Art Device.
We need to recap on the movie one again. Where
Yeah.
Sunday, I think.
No. Sunday we do have a guest. Remember? Mentioned. Potteroo.
Oh, yeah, okay, so he's coming Sunday. Okay, that's great.
Potteroo's coming on Sunday, and then next week Sunday, I have another fur from Let me see. Yes, I have the fur from Northern Ireland.
Oh, I think you mentioned that as well.
Oh, that's gonna be difficult.
Why?
Irish people, that accent.
It's okay. His accent's not bad. I've heard it before. It's not that bad.
Barry is Irish.
We'll survive. I promise you.
I've spoken to that guy, so I cannot understand a thing they say.
Now just imagine an Irishman in a fursuit.
Hartigan.
I'll remain. Oh no, my bagpipes are still in Johannesburg.
Damn it! Why?
Oh wait.
Why don't you have them here? I wanted to play them for like 8 weeks.
Nessie isn't Irish, it's Scottish. I know, I'm part Scottish.
Ah, same place.
No, it isn't!
It's almost. No. Anything in that area in the UK for me, in Great Britain area around there is the same place for me.
All you say is that it's British.
It's
You know,
British.
there have been quite a number of theories about where the bagpipes have come from, including mimicking the sounds of a dying octopus. But the truth is, the Irish gave it to the Scots as a joke, and the Scots haven't caught on yet.
Thank you for
Is
that
that
one.
like golf?
I have to remember that. I think golf was actually someone being legit about something.
Just imagine, like, I remember, who was it that said, like, you know, you play golf in the snow and you lose your ball?
I don't know.
That
I think it might have-
was... I
Wait,
can't
it was a
remember
Scotsman.
who it was.
It wasn't Sean.
Robin
Damn,
Williams.
he's the funniest guy around. Jeez. And he wears that shirt with that little weird flappy at the back. Great hair, big bush.
Like when it's an iron right next to it, it's
Billy
the same
Connolly?
place.
Billy Connolly, yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That guy.
Okay.
Ah, he is amazing.
Sorry, I was thinking of someone. When you say like great big bushy beard, I was thinking
Great big bushy hair.
what's that asshole's name? Brian Blessed. I can't stand.
Oh, Brian
I cannot
Blazed.
stand his voice.
When I hear
So-
great big bushy beard, all I hear is hot fuzz. With a great big bushy beard.
The only thing I remember instantly every time I hear Hot Fuzz is a flying kick to a granny's face.
I remember that.
Ah.
Kane is asking, so will he be bringing a pot of gold for us?
No, you're after his lucky charms.
Actually, you know what? I'm hoping that he brings us a whole bunch of whiskey.
Mm. It's he's Irish, right? Not Scottish.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I can't ask for Guinness.
No.
No,
No.
you can ask for whiskey, but not Guinness.
When is it? What
Wait,
day
wait.
is that?
Guinness
thing-
is Irish.
No, it isn't. We stole it.
Is it? It is Irish.
Guinness is
I forgot.
Irish.
I forgot
No,
about
it
that.
isn't.
St.
we stole
Paddy's
it.
Day, what is the one drink you drink all
Yeah,
the
you're
time?
right.
Fucking
You're
Guinness.
You're perfectly correct.
Yeah, there is also a thing. What is that day called that they turn everything green?
Patrick's
Saint
Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Yes, because they drink their Guinness green. They make their Guinness
understand
green.
that.
You can't really dye Guinness green except for the foam on top.
You know what you actually
They do
with
it
the Guinness?
actually, or they dyed it one way or the other.
Do you know how they do that?
What?
Mint
what?
liqueur. Mint
Oh.
liqueur and Guinness must go so well together.
No, I cannot imagine beer and mint liqueur.
But that's the thing. Like, if I remember correctly, if you do put mint liqueur in first, it'll color the foam green.
Okay. As opposed to afterwards.
As opposed
Yes.
to afterwards. If you
Odd.
want all of the foam to be green, then you put it in first.
Do we have our Hagans in Cape Town?
No, I don't think so. I'm unsure.
Yeah, I'm still thinking of suing those places. I mean, they're one letter away from being Hargans.
You always just buy a stake in their franchise and actually name yours Hargan's.
An interesting, funny thing that I found out after naming my persona is that Hargan is a real name. It's a northern surname, family name.
Mm-hmm.
Typical
Well,
me.
A friend of mine.
Too bad I chose a verb.
Scratch. A friend of mine actually, ex-friend of mine. His name is pretty much actually translates to Cliffs of the Cliffs.
Oh. It's like Mount Fuji.
That reminds me of Moon.
Yeah.
Moon.
Cliff.
Moon.
Yeah, my name can't be pronounced in English.
Yeah.
Oh, are you being...
Yeah, you know how difficult that is for us. We're
It's a-
really trying to be accommodating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just read the phonetics, like I said.
Yeah, we're really trying to be accommodating.
So anyway, we're running out of a bit of time here.
I didn't even know.
We've got like 8 minutes left.
Okay.
Technically.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we covered our topic way too quickly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough-
Mostly because nobody was actually commenting.
Yeah.
And mostly because, like I said, we agreed
We
too
all
much.
got along. No one argued. That's boring. We should have argued. Quick, argue about something.
No.
Ivic, stop
Yes.
sniffing people in public.
Yeah. You need to stop doing that shit.
Stop sniffing people in public. It's not really in public, it's just in somebody's backyard.
That's even
Oh
worse.
my word, the innuendos!
That's even worse.
Yes, it is an argument. I'm gonna start going Monty Python on you, Raccoon.
Ugh,
Raccoon says just saying no isn't. It may be gainsaying, but it is an argument.
Ah, that was fantastic in Monty Python.
Oh, they're not doing it anymore? Like when... I mean, like, wasn't there like talk about like Monty Python reboot or not reboot,
They
like
did?
restart?
Did they get together show? It was called One Down, Five to Go.
Yep.
Mm.
And you know what they
And
used
that
to do on
was last
stage?
year.
What they used to do on stage is that they used to carry like a sort of a vase of his ashes around, but it wasn't actually his ashes, obviously. But
Yeah.
every now and again they'd like bobble it around on stage, like oh crap, trying to catch the damn thing.
Same. Rest in peace, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that that's actually what he wanted. He wanted them to make fun of the fact that he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
The dead parrot!
Who is dead again, by the way? I don't know.
It was... the name now eludes me. Let's see, we have John Cleese, we have...
It's not John Cleese, though.
I know, it's not John Cleese.
Okay, that's all I was sort of hoping for.
No, this guy died... it was late 80s,
Graham
early
Chapman.
90s?
Oh, okay.
Graham Chapman died in 1989.
May God rest his soul.
I think.
And for anyone who's interested, the character in Fawlty Towers, played by John Cleese, is based off of a real person they met on one of their tours.
Nice.
John Cleese left his luggage in the foyer by accident, and when he went back to claim it, the guy had thrown it into the pool because he thought there was a bomb in it.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Makes you really wonder.
Comedy,
Well, actually, It's
Comedy
sad
doesn't-
though.
yeah.
The guy who actually died was he was King Arthur in,
Mm-hmm.
and he was Brian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See that sort of whole story about like the luggage in the pool thing. Comedy doesn't like stem out of anyone's like imagination. It's all just like reality taken out of context.
Oh, yeah.
There are certain people who make great comedy, and one group of people is those that guys doing. Whose line is it anyway? Those guys freaking have
Oh,
a weird
my
sense for comedy. It's
My-
unnatural to be that quick.
My favorite one forever was one of the times they were doing it was a Sun title game where they had to keep making all the Sun titles, and it was Colin Mockery versus Ryan. And Ryan says Route 66, and Colin responds with, "Oh, Canada." The next guy comes on, he's laughing so hard he just walks off. Yes, QI is another one that's pretty good.
Oh, I love QI, but that's also sort of the fact that there are so many people makes it sort of very reactionary. Like there's
Yeah,
not everyone is smart all of the time, but when they are, it's just damn funny.
That's very witty comedy.
Yeah.
And it's
Anyway,
actually the best, but yeah.
mm-hmm.
We've run out of time, I think. Shout-outs to... Can I do shout-outs?
Yeah.
Sure.
Shout-outs to Honan. Hargan, thank you for joining us tonight.
Only a pleasure.
Shout-out to Kane. Shout-out to Raccoon. Shout-out to those who were joining us earlier, notably Leeward and... Who else? Something does something.
Oh, Reaper was on as well. Titan Reaper.
Titan
Yes.
Reaper was on, yeah.
So was Luriga. So was Enigmatic Wolf.
Oh, was Enigmatic Wolf on again? That's awesome.
Yes.
Cool. Always good to hear from.
Oh wait, sorry, I lie. Whoops. Sorry,
Oh,
I'm
that
looking
was-
at Sunday.
You scrolled too far.
Yes, I've gone too far. No. Apologies.
Yeah.
We had Baron the Dragon. That's it.
Baron the Dragon, yes.
Yes. That's one I've never met before. We also had Snow Dragon on.
Some of those people are actually international furs. Sort of pop on.
Really?
Yeah.
This is why we're on this site.
Yeah.
Like we get pop on, pop off, like international first.
And then they realize it's a talk show and then they go off.
There is no art here. Where's the porn?
Oh dear.
I think that's the cue. We're getting tired.
Yeah.
We're all a little bit loopy.
So, any case, remember to tune in next week Sunday. We'll have Potteroo on for the podcast then.
Next week Sunday, you mean like this week Sunday?
And I'll try
Yeah,
to
that-
be a little bit more controversial.
Yes, please bring all the
I'm pretty
drama.
sure that Potteroo could probably be as controversial as they come. Not necessarily controversial, but he's got a lot of interesting stories, and we should actually listen to them. They're awesome.
But are you saying that we don't have interesting stories?
We're not from Canada.
Clearly not.
He runs and a little bit of information on him. He runs Camp Feral in Canada. He's notably also a musician. He runs his own podcast as well. He is running the Furry Tales thing that I'm involved with.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. But
Alright.
Cool Beans, I think I'm gonna say bye for now because I have to still upload all this stuff to YouTube tonight.
I still need to eat.
have
yeah.
fun with that.
Alrighty.
Thank you very much for putting up with me.
No, it was fun.
It's fun.
I wouldn't go so far.
Hey.
Hey, we're still streaming, eh?
I know. Alright.
Just bye bye.
Cheers
See ya.
all.